Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Chi the God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, baby. So today we talking about Luffy and One Piece. And there's a lot of chatter about Luffy piece going on Twitter. I somewhat agree that recently it feels like that. Now listen, One Piece has been going on for like 25 plus years or whatever. So as a result, people will get frustrated by certain things, right? Some people are completely sick of the gag by Sanji. Some people are already sick of Gear 5 because Luffy seems to be laughing in the most serious situations. And some people right now are annoyed that not enough side characters are getting shine. They feel like Luffy's been getting all the shine, doing all of this stuff, even though Rooftop did happen. And I feel like Zoro was the MVP all the way until Luffy reached Gear 5, and then Gear 5 became the MVP. That's, what I'm saying, because Zoro was out in that rooftop boxing. He was going crazy. He was doing Will Chamberlain numbers out there for real. You know what I'm saying? But agenda piece is I think delusioning people out of real shit that actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Sanji fans are pissed off, so they going all out saying Luffy piece is annoying. Zoro fans are mad too because Zoro been fighting Lucci for mad long, bro. He been fighting this dude for like 20 chapters, bro. Even though in real time it's been like 10 minutes maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 15 minutes, a few minutes, but for us, bro, we been waiting for this motherfucker to finish this fight for a time, bro. There's only been a few panels of this shit too, bro. So Oda is the off-screen god, bro. He gonna off-screen most of this fight. So we don't even know what real difficulty it is. Zoro ain't even really trying because he ain't got no bandana, no torch sword, and he was just stalling him because the goal initially was to buy time for the crew to escape. That was the initial goal. So Zoro doesn't know about the current scenarios happening around the island. He did, sense a crazy power, but he got Luffy's there. It's cool. I'm gonna wait for my team to be ready, and he's stalling him to do that. Now, Sanji fans are gonna be saying, nah, cat, Zoro going hard there for Lucci. Well, if that's the case, Lucci might just be able to beat Sanji since Zoro's stronger than Sanji. So I don't even know what kind of logic they're using out here. But listen, at the end of the day, agenda piece is the one that's actually destroying the One Piece community. You know what I'm saying? It's not even Luffy piece that's doing it. But we're gonna go through all the acts of the story, the main acts. I might skip a few things here and there because some I just don't really care about to talk about. But we're gonna try to talk about to see if Luffy piece is really, really weird. Real. Is it real or not, bro? You know what I'm saying? So okay, so obviously the story begins in East Blue. When Zoro meets when Luffy meets Zoro, I feel like Luffy's kind of the MVP there because again we're getting introduced to the story. Zoro's cool, but Luffy's kind of the MVP there. I think it makes sense for the first few acts for Luffy to be I think all of East Blue. I think Zoro gets enough showing because he saves Luffy from Bugsy the goat. You know what I'm saying? Buggy the clown. He saves him from Buggy when he's caged up and stuff. So I think that's beautiful. Zoro is the MVP for I think a lot of that. I think that's the kind of the beauty of it there because I feel like early One Piece, a lot of the characters got a bit more shine, maybe, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe memory, Mandela effect, whatever is what's killing us all. Then obviously the Arlong part when they're fighting Arlong, I think Luffy's clearly the MVP there. But again, Zoro plays a pivotal role. Sanji plays a pivotal role. Zoro's role there is to stall Arlong and fight him while crippled and injured, which Zoro spent most of the first before the first time skip. He spent a lot of that injured. He always went from one injury to the next injury to the next injury. Zoro the injury god, bro. You know what I'm saying? The injured one. I made a video about this a long time ago when I started reading One Piece. I was like, yo, like Zoro is the injured sword man, boy. This man is hospitalized more times than anybody. And one of the reasons was because Zoro is really, really strong. Nearly as strong as Luffy. You can argue even stronger than Luffy at certain rats. But I didn't say it's true, but you can argue it, right? And I think because of that, and Oda made it very clear throughout the story that everybody's all shocked. Why isn't Zoro the captain? Like, if Zoro's this strong, how the hell is he not the captain? Like, people are all shocked that, like, damn, Luffy is still the captain, even though his co-captain is this strong. Or he's not co-captain, his right-hand man is so powerful. And that's mainly because Zoro decided, he's a man of his word. Luffy brought him his sword, so he joined the crew. Now I think Syrup Village, Usopp, I think is the MVP for Syrup Village for me. And this is, so this is again, we're going through it now. I think he's the MVP here because I think what he does here is just spectacular. You know what I'm saying? I think Usopp, just the fact that he's so scared, and Luffy's impressed by this as well. The fact that he's so scared and he plays a pivotal role in everything. The fact that he's so scared and yet, up and arms himself to go fight these folks despite being petrified, knowing he got no help, no army, nothing, bro. Solo dolo, he was ready to die on that shit. You know what I'm saying? The sad part about Usopp here is that he really hasn't grown from this, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. It's disappointing, to be quite brutally honest. I think Oda is killing our boy, but he's the MVP for me there. So far it looks pretty balanced. Like Luffy's MVP, Zoro's been MVP, Usopp has been MVP, and even in the Arlong part, Sanji and Zoro play pivotal roles here. So a lot of people were involved. You give Luffy the MVP because he saved Nami in that, but that it's still. Now, let's see. What's the next arc? Whiskey Peak Reverse Mountain arc. The whale arc, I don't really count that as an arc, bro. That just felt like filler to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad yeah. There's really no MVP there. They don't really fight a main villain there. It's nothing really happens there, man. Maybe I'll give it to Laboon, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit, bro. Oh, the doctor that takes care of Laboon might be the MVP for there, but I don't really care for that whole part, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whiskey Peak, I think it has to go to Zoro. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one that, like, he drinks a ton but doesn't get drunk. He fucks up all of those numbered people, you know what I'm saying, that work for Crocodile. He fucks all of them up, and then he fights Luffy, and he's you know what I'm saying, while holding back, he's drawing against Luffy. Luffy's going, I don't want to say all out, but he's going, you know what I'm saying, he's going berserk. But Zoro is holding him, and then I think Zoro is clearly the MVP there. Little Garden is interesting here because Zoro is like trapped for a lot of it. Sanji is, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He's there, he cooks. Luffy, I don't know. I feel like this is an MVP list, bro. I don't feel like anybody was impressing me in Little Garden. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But if I'm going to give it to somebody, I might have to give it to... Oh, Barak Works is the name that I was trying to think of. I'll probably give it to Sanji, bro, because he has a few cold lines, and he does come through clutch. But I feel like everybody was kind of useless for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, especially Luffy. He was so freaking useless. Drum Island, I think the MVP in Drum Island is... See, I want to say it's between Luffy and Chopper, man. You know what I'm saying? Chopper was so fantastic. I'm a draw. I'm gonna give it to both of them. You know what I'm saying? So far, it doesn't seem like Luffy piece. You know what I'm saying? Even though he defeats the main people, he needs a lot of help for a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? And in Drum Island, really, like, Chopper does a ton. You know what I mean? He does a ton. Goes into his, like, beast form, whatever, and he's cooking, like, so. And there's help from no, not Wapol. What's the guy's name? The head of this army guy. You know what I'm saying? Him, the guy that turns into the beast, that dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll even find a picture because I don't know if I'm gonna add a video for this. But hey, good luck. Alabasta MVP in Alabasta is Luffy. Luffy's MVP in Alabasta. He does most of the work here. But I think Usopp also has a fantastic showing here because, he and Chopper, it's what Chopper, right, defeat a really strong opponent, and they do great. Zoro does great. Sanji does great. Nami does fantastic as well. I think everybody eats here in this arc, and I think this is what people are looking for when they're complaining about Luffy piece, right? I think this is what people are complaining about. They feel like in these early chapters, everybody was eating. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was having great moments, right? But it's been feeling like people have been having less great moments. Even though, like I just said, Rooftop, I know. See, the problem is because these arcs last so goddamn long, it feels like an inexcusably long time ago. But I read a lot of One Piece in one long go, so for me it doesn't feel quite the same. Like everything feels more recent. But I can understand if you're reading it or watching it for 25 plus years, how it can be frustrating if it feels like 2 years of, you know what I'm saying, nobody else getting shine apart from Luffy type shit. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me see. Sky Island arc. Bro, I don't care what nobody says, bro. In Skyline Island arc, none of the Straw Hats are the MVPs, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, the MVP in Sky Island, bro. Come on, everybody gotta know who the MVP in Sky Island is. It is our boy, man, the African warrior, bro. He is the GOAT, bro. That dude, what's his name, bro? When I say Sky Island, characters, cause that boy. Man, he put in work, man. He was whooping on everybody, bro. He like fight Luffy, fought Zoro, fought Anel, but he was whooping Anel, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anel was lucky, bro. He was cooking Anel, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but what's my boy's name? Wiper. Ooh, what a beast. Wiper, what a fucking beast. MVP, bro. MVP, bro. Luffy's not MVP. Luffy was lucky here because Anel was cooking that boy, and the only reason he won is because his powers is literally the exact counter to Anel's power. Anel was way stronger than Luffy and everybody there. Apart from Wiper. Wiper was cooking this boy, man. Did some crazy ass shit, bro. Crazy ass feat. Wiper MVP. See, this is what I mean right here. Again, proof like looking early One Piece by the looks of it. And then we're gonna talk about it when we get to later One Piece. Early One Piece, you can see here these characters are all getting a lot of shine, a lot of beautiful shine. Water 7 Saga, everybody cooks. Usopp is sensational. Him rebelling against that's one of probably a lot of people's favorite arc. You know, that and Enies Lobby. Or Enies Lobby. For me, it's the, you know what I'm saying, the Slave Island arc for me. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to that. But here, everybody eats, man. Usopp, you know what I'm saying, rebels against the captain. Robin, we get a lot of developments for Robin. Sanji goes berserk on that sea train. You know, Zoro splits the fucking the waters, the ocean, the fucking, you know what I'm saying, waves, all that shit. He does some crazy ass feats. You know what I'm saying? Luffy actually don't really cook that much in Water 7, bro. I actually think the MVP is Sanji, bro. I gotta give it to Sanji. I would give it to Usopp because Usopp is the GOAT, but I gotta give it to Sanji. Sanji was sensational throughout this arc. Like, literally ran the gauntlet, did so much to save Robin. Yeah, fantastic. And again, just more proof that, yeah, these boys were cooking. Enies Lobby, MVP goes to Luffy, but Usopp is sensational, a close second. Again, great moment. Zoro has a great moment. Nami has a great moment. Sanji has a great moment. All these people have a great moment. Thriller Bark arc, MVP is Zoro. Second is Usopp, and third is Luffy. First gotta go to Zoro because he does the most important thing. He saves the whole, his captain and the crew, you know, by taking all of that pain, showcasing his endurance is higher than Luffy's. I don't care what nobody says. His endurance is 100% higher than Luffy's. He's not more durable, maybe. He's not maybe as strong, but he's definitely has more endurance because he took all of Luffy's pain, which had Luffy knocked out, and the pain that he already accumulated, and still been knocked out until everybody was safe. Sensational, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that Thriller Bark, great for the, you know, I hated it when I was reading it, but once I reached the end, I loved it. Sabodi Archipelago, or Sabodi Arc, aka Slave Island. MVP, who's the MVP? I don't really know. Like now, I would say Kuma, you know what I'm saying? But back then, I don't know. It's hard. Like, nobody really has a crazy moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know Luffy punches a Celestial Dragon, but Zoro was about to beat up a Celestial Dragon too. Like, you know what I'm saying? A few chapters before that. So, whatever. I'm actually going to give this MVP less. Or actually, I could give it to, Riley. I could give it to Riley. I could actually even give it to Kizaru. I could give it to Kuma. It's hard. But a lot of people eat here. You know what I'm saying? Zoro and the Straw Hats don't really eat here. This is a moment for them to really feel some shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Which is beautiful. Amazon Lily arc. I don't even know why that's an arc. Nothing really happens. It's just, you know, time fluff really. Luffy learning haki, all that shit, whatever. Even though it's his arc, I don't really, I can't give an MVP for that. I don't really like Boa Hancock, so I'm not gonna give her the MVP either. So Rayleigh gets the MVP for Amazon Lily arc. Until Dawn, again, Luffy loses. The rest of the Straw Hats aren't really involved, but it doesn't feel like Luffy piece because so many people are doing great work. You know what I'm saying? I think actually in the Until Dawn arc, the MVP. I mean, listen, it's gotta be your favorite Flamingo. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be your favorite Flamingo, man. He deserves to be in the Straw Hats, bro. Like, Bon Clay, bro. I think Bon Clay gets the MVP for Until Dawn for me. Bon Clay was sensational. And Ivankov, we meet Ivankov as well. But Until Dawn goes to, again, this is proving that a lot of these arcs have nuance. And I might start skipping some. Marineford MVP. I'm gonna just fly through this. Marineford MVP is Whitebeard. Post-war arc. This is when the Straw Hats are about to reunite, so nothing really happened. Return to Saboti. MVP. No, everybody eats there. You know what I'm saying? Punk Hazard. Law is the MVP easily. Dressrosa. It's Luffy, but everybody eats, bro. I think everybody eats, even though like some people aren't that super involved, but I think like everybody eats. I think Law should have been MVP there, but whatever. Zao arc, Zao was whatever. I actually didn't like Zao that much at all. I actually didn't like Zao at all. Whole Cake Island, obviously that goes to Sanji. Sanji's MVP for quite a lot of these, by the way. And I'm a Zoro fan. You know what I'm saying? Zoro is my favorite character, but Sanji eats when he eats. You know what I'm saying? He's just not stronger than Zoro. Or the same level. Levely arc. The news of Straw Hats exploits a total land are reported to the world as world. Whatever. Wano MVP. Wano has many different MVPs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because in the rooftop for me, it's, before Luffy's awakening, it's Zoro. In Wano Country, I think it's also Zoro because he's the one doing a lot of bits while everybody's kind of just hiding. But I think at the end of it all, I'll have to give it to Monkey D. Luffy. But everybody eats. Sanji goes hard. Luffy goes hard. Usopp though. Usopp has been. Usopp's last great showing was in Dressrosa. You know what I'm saying? Which is a very long time. He ain't show up since. And then Egghead, which started like 2 years ago or something. Nobody's really eating apart from Luffy, so that's where people are kind of disappointed. But it kind of showcases that Luffy piece isn't necessarily real because like every arc I've talked about, everybody's eating apart from the finals, the Egghead arc. So I don't really think Luffy piece is a thing, but I understand why it feels like it is, because Oda's pacing is kind of horrendous. I think that's always been his biggest issue. His pacing is terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love his story, but his pacing is absolutely dog shit. And I think that's what has people frustrated because everything feels like so long ago. But not everything is gonna be JJK where it's just blitz. You know what I'm saying? JJK is probably too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like we needed some breaks in JJK, while One Piece needs the opposite. It needs to be more gun ho. But it's not the most popular manga of all time for no reason. So he doesn't matter to the madness. He knows what he's doing. What can we do? It's been your boy, Supreme Cheer to God. Luffy piece has been debunked. I'm out.